Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon or evening, good morning, or wherever you are, and welcome to another um, Simple Stamping Sunday with Barry here from Mitosu Crafts. I hope you can join me live. If not, hello if you're watching this on catch up. Once again, yes. So I don't know where these weeks are going. Obviously, what's the date today? It's the 13th, isn't it? So. Um, yeah, this month's going really quickly. Had a couple of simple stamping Sundays already, so we are showing with you the new items from the spring summer catalogue. So yes, let me just see whether or not I'm just going to see whether or not I can do any comments. Just bear with me one moment whilst I try and get this video working. I can see if I can. Oh, I can see some people. I see. Oh no, it's working this week. Hi, Angie from Australia. Sandra, or Mum, as I would call her. Hello. Thank you for joining me. I can see comments tonight. I couldn't see them last week. So yes, so we're going to be doing another very quick, simple card tonight. Very, very quick and simple. Just got the one card to show you, but I've stepped it up a little bit as well this week, so we can. So you can just see what we're doing. So we're going to be using the piece of cake stamp set tonight, and this also comes with a coordinating punch right here. So you can buy the stamp set on its own, and it works perfectly fine. Or if you wanted to step it up and you haven't got to worry and you haven't got a die cutting machine, you can buy the punch, which will go with it right there. So you can just take it. You can just take your card making to another level again. But again, it's entirely up to you. Simple stamping is about stamps, ink, and paper. And if you want to then go for more stuff, you can do. So let's see who we got joining us here. We've got 5 people watching. Donna, hi Donna. That's it. I'll say Angie and Mum. Sandra Selwood to you. So that's it. I can hear Jay shouting Tommy again, so he's obviously on the prowl. So you may see a cat. I'll try and bring him in this week. He's missed his last couple of weeks debut with all of you. So we will see whether or not I can get him up here just to poke his head in just to say hello. But I'm not going to do it whilst I'm card making because he really puts me off. So that's it. All right. So piece of cake. So we've got lots of different stamp sets. We've got lots of different cakes here. So it's not just for birthdays. You can have weddings here. You've got this one here, which is ideal for weddings, and you've got the little cake topper potentially over here with the flowers. You've got all sorts which you can do. Obviously, at birthdays and weddings, you've got your Mr. and Mrs. here. You've got happy birthdays. You've got little jokey things as well. Cake is the answer. When isn't cake the answer? So yeah, so that's that. May your love grow sweeter with every passing year. Who cares what the question is? Count the good times, not the candles. Hope this year is a piece of cake. Enjoy every crumb. Cut the cake. Happy birthday, you sweet thing. So there's lots of different sentiments on there, and again, these nice images as well. We've done some lovely ones actually in our team training recently. Just very simple, just with stamping these candles just on a straight line, and that was all you wanted, and a sentiment on it, and that was good. Oh, so let's crack on. So as normal, we are going to be using the 3.5 by 5 notelet cards. So that anyone out there who's new, if you haven't got trimmers or scoreboards or anything, you can just buy a packet of these note cards, 3.5 by 5, and they will be absolutely fine for you. It comes with those. It comes with a envelope as well. I'm just going to see. Just bear with me one moment. Sorry about this. I just need to see the other screen so I know what I'm actually doing. That's it. That's better. So yeah, so we've got so you've got everything which you need here. So let's crack on. So I've already mounted up my my stamps. on these. Obviously, again, you would only need really one block, or maybe two blocks actually, for this type of stamp set, because you've got one block will do like this here. One block will do for most of these, but some of the sentiments will obviously need slightly bigger. Will need a bigger block. So let's have a little look. Can we? You can probably go on at an angle, but you may want to go for like one block, that block there, which is a block C, which will be good enough for all of the stamps in there. We've got all of them, obviously, because it's what we do, but you don't need to. So if you haven't got any of the blocks, block C is the one which you would need to go for, which would be a suitable block for all of these. But we've got all of ours mounted up on their own little individual blocks here at the moment. So I'm going to take my 3.5 by 5 note card. I'm going to fold this in half. It's already scored, and I'm just going to bone fold this here. Like so. I think I've got a bit of ink on my mat from last week. Let's turn that over. So we've got this, like so. I'm going to use Memento ink again here. And I am going to use this one here. So I'm going to use the one which has got like the little icing droplets coming down here on this one, and I'm just going to ink this one up. You can't see me because I've got the so I'm just going to ink this up, and I've changed the setup this week. Got a few little. I'm getting myself a little bit flustered again because I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Let's try it on that one. That's it. I can see now. So I'm just going to stamp this one here, and I'm going to just go along the edge like that. You watch. I'm going to be really wonky. I can just feel it. This isn't going to go to plan. I'm going to then take the cake stand. Just going to ink this one up again. Need to stand up for this. And I am going to put that right by the side of it, like so. I'm going to go back to the one which has got the icing drops on it again. I'm going to go to the side, and one last one, and I'm going to go like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take the one which has got happy birthday on it, and I'm just going to pop that on the stand like so. And I've taken like the little sticks, the little don't really know what you call them, the little lollies, and I'm just going to put that on the top of the cake, and that's it. Nice and simple. So you could leave it plain if you wanted to, that would be perfectly fine, but I'm going to take it to another level. I'm going to obviously just colour this in now. So I've got some of the blends here. I've got, what have I got here? I have got Pool Party, I have got Smoky Slate, and I have also got Daffodil Delight. Okay, now I'm only going to use two colours, which will definitely be the grey, and will either be the blue or the yellow. So I'm going to go with the yellow, I think, for this one, and then I'll show you a blue one afterwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to focus on these ones here. These are just here, but I'm just going to colour in the happy birthday. Now I'm using a light colour because if I use too dark, it's going to cover up the happy birthday too much. So I still want the happy birthday to be seen. I'm going to use the brush end, and I'm just going to colour in the top half of the cake, get the light, and I'll do the bottom half, and I'll just blend those in nicely there. Alright, and I'm going to do exactly the same for the bottom one. So I'm going to go with the darker colour on the top and the lighter colour and just blend those two together like that, and I will colour in the lollies, whatever they are. So I'm doing too dark and light in the middle. Alright, and I will just take the grey granite again. You could do these solid colours, you don't need to do the blending. So if you only had one pen, or you had different colour, you had colouring pencils, you can do that as well. But so I'm just going to use two, and I'm just going to go slightly darker on the edges here with the dark smoky slate. Come in with the light one, blend those in a little bit so it just gets rid of that seam. So just come in with that dark ever so slightly. Jay's hopefully looking after all of the comments here again tonight. So Tommy's been very, very good. He's actually sat right by the side of me tonight on the floor, not hassling me. So he's been very, very good. So let's have a little look. So that's the card right there. Really, really simple card. Again, that's the idea of this little series is simple stamping. So you just want to have something which you can just knock up really, really quickly. You don't want to be spending hours sometimes doing a card. You just sometimes really just want to knock up, and these stamps lend themselves to that. You can go as simple or you can go as elaborate as you want. I've also got the Winkostella pen here, which is fine. I'm gonna just, mine's a little bit dry. I'm gonna, little tip, if you've got one which is a little bit dry and obviously you don't want to squeeze it onto the project, which I would sometimes squeeze it onto a block and let it come out, and then then that way you can then pick up the ink as well, and you can then colour in and pick a little bit up. We've probably all been there. We've all had our Winkostella pens. Obviously, if you've crafted before, squeezed it on your project, and you've got a nice big puddle of Winkostella. One of our ladies did that in class the other week. We managed to get round it, but I'm not sure if you can see that in there. I've got the focus is a little bit funky tonight. I'm trying some new things. But it'll probably show up more in the picture once I get the picture on the blog. But obviously the Winkostella just gives us a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of shine. Just makes that pop just that little bit more. Yep. Okay, Jay's just asked me to show the inside of the card. I'm not sure what for, Jay. Okay, yeah, which it has. Yes, Jay's just asked me to show you, obviously, the inside of the card. So the thing with the blends is that it will come through as well. So you can either have another piece of card, and you can probably either cover that up, or you can do what I done if you wanted to. Obviously, if you weren't using blends and you were using colouring pencils or just normal markers, it probably wouldn't come through, but because these are alcohol, it's come through, as you can see. To avoid that, you can do the same thing on another piece of paper, just cut it ever so slightly smaller, and then you can then mount that on top. So obviously it will come through on this, but then won't go through on a note card. So that's another way around which you can get around that as well, is just do it on a matten layer. So that would avoid that happening. But you can probably you can get around that by putting a piece of paper over that as well and using it as a setting inside. So that's that. The other card, or let me just show you with the punch. Now obviously I've pre-stamped these, so let me colour these ones in. Now I'll do it with the I'll do this with the pool party. So the same thing. I'm going to go dark at the top, and then I'm going to go with the light one. Now I've stamped this earlier and the ink is a lot drier, so it's not smudging. It's had a good time to good half an hour to dry up. The one which I've just done, it's fine, but you can see it's the black is not as sharp as it could be. This one is a lot sharper because I've let it dry. So I'll give another tip as well. If you're stamping in the memento, just give it a little bit of drying time before you colour with the blend, just so that it doesn't smudge. Just need to let the ink just dry off a little bit. I'm just going to go with, again, the smoky slate. And that's that there. So the punch, now where have I put that? The punch here, you could, if you would lining these up, you could stamp and punch both together. Obviously you're going to need to get these both in exactly the same position. Obviously you can do that. The bit I'll show you actually in a moment as a little tip. But obviously I've punched these separate, so we can just go in like this. I'm going to line this up. Let me just have a little look and then I'll show you. I'm going to line it up like so, and then I will punch out the stand. I will then move it over to the cake, and got that, and I will punch that one out like that. So we've now got the cake and the stands like so. Now obviously what you could do, if you wanted to, another little tip for this, if you were to cut these two out blank, you'd have like a little bit of a template here. And what you could do is you could then, can you see that? No, that was just coming a little bit. You can then line that stamp up with that one. You can line that stamp up with that one, and then you could get your block, and then you could then pick both of them up like that. Now they are both now in a position which is needed, so I could go along and I could stamp that, and then I could then do what I need to do, and then I could go in. Let's see if this works. Alright, so I'll probably haven't lined it up 100%. Let's just in close up. I will stamp that like so. I will then get this and line those two up, and then punch. And you can see then that's how you would do it together. So cut one out first, use it as a template, then use that for positioning your stamps, or you can do it like I did initially, stamp them two separately on a thin piece of paper. Perfect for using up scraps, this is. And then just go ahead and then punch it out, and then you can then get those two like so. So that's just a little tip with you for this little punch. And obviously there's lots of punches which are like this, where it's got two punches in one. If you're wondering how to line it up, that's how you would do it. So just use it. Just pay a little bit more attention. I'm quite close, but obviously just pay a little bit more attention when you're doing it yourself, and then you make sure you get that nice and perfect. So that's that. So let's just clear that one. So you could do, if you wanted to, you could step this one up. So instead of just doing this, you could then have these here, and you can then punch these. Oh. And then you could raise these up on some little foam pads potentially, like that. And that's another way which you can do it. And I would still, yeah, there's no punch for these, the little lollies on top, the little banners, whatever they are. So you can use that as a guide for where they're going to be. And then you can stick that down like so. And, or for another thing, you can do this one here. I've already done this one. So this has already been done with the pool party, using the 3.5 by 5 note cards again here, but I've matte and layered it here on some pool party cardstock, so it just pops it out from the card a little bit more. And again, same thing. I would probably actually, let's do this. I'm going to just put these ones on this particular one, even though I've already coloured that part. I'm going to use some of the foam pads. Oh, you can't see me. That's fine. So I've just used some of the foam pads here, and I'm just going to just take those off. And I'm just going to stick here. I'm just going to stick the cake on the top there. Let me just change the setting here and let's see whether or not I can get that to focus a little bit closer. Yeah, see, I've turned the focus is trying to play up now, isn't it? No, I'm really having problems with this focus this week. There we go. That's it. So you can see I've just put that onto some foam pads here. No, that's still not going to go. I need to play. This is a new camera. I haven't quite used it correctly yet. I'm still learning with it. There we go. So you can see it's on the foam pads like that. Now what I've also done on this particular card is I've taken the Winker Stella and I'm not going to do it again, but taken the lid off, and I've then just knocked this on this one here, and you might be able to see that. You can probably just about see that. If I get that to focus up, you can probably see there's some little bits of shimmery shine. Come on, focus for me again. Little bits of shimmery shine there. You might be able to get this in again. That doesn't want to play ball as focus tonight. Really struggling with this. Can any of you let me know as well what the quality of the video is like, if you can just put a little notice on that? Obviously, because on my screen it looks quite clear, but I'm just concerned that it's coming across quite blurry with you. So if you can maybe just put a little note on there, sort of saying good quality, bad quality, it just give me an idea on what you're seeing as well. Again, I don't think you can probably see the shimmer there. I'll put pictures up for you and you'll be able to see that. So that there is our simple stamping Sunday. So really simple, just stamps, ink, and card. And obviously a few extra little things as well, which most people may have lying around, obviously colouring pencils. And obviously as you build your craft stash up, you can then go for the blends, you can then spend a little bit more money and do other bits and bobs. But you don't need to initially, just use what you've got and then work towards other things. And then taking it to another level right here, just by adding a just matte and layer on that. So it's actually the same matte and layer, and using a punch just to pop that out as well. I could always do that one, but I'm not going to leave that one. Just going to do that one there. So that's that. Yes. So if you like what you've seen here, just obviously I'm sure lots of you have left some comments. Again, Jay's been commenting tonight. I can see there's lots and lots of comments going on here. Also, oh, Sue, hi Sue. I can see hearts as well. Thank you. Good. Oh, and clear. All right, excellent. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Thank you, guys. That's really helpful. Yeah, just a little bit concerned. That you're getting a dodgy thing. So, oh, thumbs up as well. So that's it. So if you want to buy any of this stuff, you can do via our online shop. So just all the links will be on our blog. You can then find everything on there. Remember to use our reward code as well. Obviously, if you use our reward code, you will get a little, obviously definitely get a thank you card from us, no matter how much you spend. Obviously, if you spend over a little bit more, over £20, then obviously you get a little extra something from us as well. And also remember, celebration is currently happening at the moment. So for every £45 you spend, you get to choose a free item out of the out of the celebration catalogue. Oh, I've got Tommy. You get to spend some money out of the spring summer catalogue. Sorry, get to spend. We'll start again. You will get to choose a free item out of the celebration catalogue for every £45 spend, which you've got. Obviously, now Tom is on the table with me. That's my fault because I have just picked him up and brought him here. Obviously, he hasn't come into shot yet. There we go. So. Yes, so that's that. So if you want any questions, please just give us a phone. Oh, not a phone call. I'm really tongue-tied and flustered again tonight. What am I saying? Yes, so if you, I'm really flustered. If you like that, head over to our blog. I will post all of these online as well. I'll post them over on YouTube so you can watch this again. I will put it on. Obviously on Facebook so you can re-watch again. So that's that. I will leave you there. I will go and feed the cat so I don't get hassled anymore, and that's that. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again next Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. Thank you everyone. Take care. Have a good night, or rest of the evening, or Monday morning, I think, for all of you over in Australia. Have a good week, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye.